Hey there. You have found the Highs and Low podcast, and I'm your host, Lauren Estrada. I have a passion for my hometown of Kansas City, so this show is all about giving those local businesses and entrepreneurs an additional platform to share their vision, their why, and of course, their highs and lows. Join us every Wednesday for new episodes. Hello, and welcome back to the Highs and Low. I'm your host, Lauren. Thank you so much for joining. I'm so excited that we're back, that we're here. Season 2, guys. What's up? It's been a long time coming. I think it's been almost 6 months since we last did this, which is crazy. You know how life goes. We really wanted to get some episodes done for you this summer. This summer was insane, but I'm so glad that we waited because the things we have planned for you this season, just you wait. And one of those things, surprise, hey, what's up? We have 2 episodes for you that are dropping today. So you have this quick little one with me, and then episode number 2, it is very exciting. It is with my friend Diana Condori of Condor's Cove. Very excited that she was able to come on. We've been friends for a couple of years now. I'm not going to tell you much more because I want you to listen to the episode. So anyway, so excited to be here with you guys. Let's get into it. If you are just now finding us, welcome. Thank you. Very excited to have you. If you've been around since season 1, welcome back. Good to see you, friend. So, what you need to know if you don't actually know me. But first, gotta take a little sip of the coffee. Some ASMR for you guys. So if you don't know me, I was born and raised in the Kansas City area. I say the area because I am definitely from a small town that is about 45 minutes outside Kansas City. But I am from the area, have never left, don't plan on it, hope not. And I am very passionate about Kansas City and supporting local businesses, which is why I created this platform to share my love for that. And if you haven't listened to my very first episode, I highly recommend that because I get a little bit more into my backstory, a little bit of the history of what brought us to creating the Highs and Low podcast. And, you know, it's always a good place to start. But this is going to be the main theme of this podcast is Kansas City. It's everything I love about it. We're going to find those local business owners or representatives from said local business to talk about how they got there. It's to give you a little bit of like a peek behind the curtain, some insight into how that business became what it is today. I love getting that, I don't know, behind the scenes content because whenever I visit a new local business, that's usually what I would like to know. I was like, how did we get here? And I don't know if that's my journalism background, which, fun fact, I do have a degree in journalism that has never been used in the traditional sense, but you know, we like to pretend that dusting it off from time to time in the form of this podcast is enough to justify getting said degree, but I digress. I guess thank you. Thank you again for being here. So that's all you really need to know to fully enjoy this podcast. And we always say if you have a good recommendation for someone you think that we should interview, send us a DM, send us an email, reach out. We would love to check those people out. So let's get into what's different about this season. We're definitely going to be doing a lot more social media content this time around, especially with some of these businesses. They are quite the characters and great on camera, so we're going to try our best to get a lot more content for you. So if you don't follow us on Instagram or like us on Facebook currently, I would love if you did because obviously that helps us grow regardless, but you will see some fun stuff, some behind the scenes, You'll get some sneak peeks of content before the episodes are out, and just some fun stuff all around. And then that way, too, you can kind of see a little bit of what the business looks like if you haven't been there before. You can expect more of these solo episodes. I hope that they won't be instead of interviews, but really hopefully they will be coming out in addition with the interviews. Kind of like this week, that, as I said, we do have 2 episodes coming out today, but it's gonna be more casual, kind of like what we're doing right now, of talking about local recent happenings in Kansas City, some more recommendations if I'm going to, some new spots that I want to tell you about, which we will also be posting on our social. So if you're wanting to see some good recommendations for date nights or just taking friends from out of town, any of that kind of stuff, make sure you're doing that. Another shameless plug. But there will also be some times that I will have somebody on with these quote solo or separate sessions that may not be related to a local business, but that they also have a passion for Kansas City and kind of give us another avenue for just chatting about the city we love. So you can look forward to that. All right, so now let's get into, I love talking about my recent local recommendations, and I've been to some really cool spots lately. So let's kind of get into that. We're going to start off with, I think I've talked about Mildred's before. Mildred's is one of our favorite coffee shops. Shout out Mildred's. We actually went today, but I want to say there's several locations. We usually go to the original one in the Crossroads, but there's also one in more of like historic downtown. So 9th and Baltimore, I believe, is the address. That one is a little bit closer, like closer to River Market area, but one of my faves. The food's fantastic, let me tell you. And that's why I'm pretty sure I've talked about this before, because the Chipotle breakfast wrap it hits a spot every time, guys. I had it today and it was fantastic. My coffee recommendation is one of their, I believe, like their spotlights. It's called the Millie's Iced Olay. So it's cold brew with a splash of milk and vanilla. However, I kind of rotate it seasonally, and today I'm actually drinking on their Snickerdoodle flavor. It's so good, guys. It's so good. So that one's good, and I've also done their pumpkin. That was also very good. So cheers to me and my iced coffee that I've been sipping on for the last hour or so. Cheers, guys. Another local, I guess this is more an area. This is an area recommendation, but recently we did a date night on 39th Street and we kind of bopped around like just there on the block, which it'd be a little bit closer to kind of the KU Med area of 39th Street. But we went to Friends Sushi. My husband has been there before and he's been trying to go again. It was really good. We did pop by Goat and Rabbit for a drink afterwards, and they're actually doing a Halloween theme right now. So obviously, as this episode is coming out, it will not be very much longer that will still be around. But I had one of their drinks from their fall menu, which isn't part of the Halloween. As you can tell, I like pumpkin, but I believe it was called, hold on, I need to look this, Spice Gourds, like Spice Girls, and it was a pumpkin spice espresso martini. Chef's kiss. Absolute chef's kiss. It was beautiful. And it's perfect because I didn't have to share because my husband hates pumpkin, so I got to keep that all to myself. So definitely check out those. And then at the very end of the night, because if you know, sushi is fantastic. I love sushi, but it's not always the most filling. So we definitely ended the night with a slice of pizza from Pizza Tasio, and they have multiple locations. I know there's obviously there's one on 39th. There's one in Northtown. I think Lawrence maybe as well. I don't know. They have multiple locations, so definitely check them out. They're fantastic. So that was a fun little date night. Listen, guys. I'm pretty sure I've also talked about Percheron Rooftop Bar before as well. It is top of my list to recommend for people who are looking for a rooftop bar. It is at the Crossroads Hotel downtown, obviously. It has the most amazing overlook of the Kansas City skyline, and it wraps around too. It's not a full 360, but you do get a very good, because most of it faces north, so you get to see all of the skyscrapers. You can see Kemper. You can see I don't know. I'm bad at building names, but anyway, you can see a lot of it. Their drinks are great. A lot of times on the weekends, they will have live music or a DJ. I've also seen them do yoga on the rooftop sometimes. They'll do other classes, but highly recommend. And there's plenty of really good businesses that you should check out in Crossroads Hotel. Obviously, we are ending the part of rooftop season here. Very sad about that, but it is the Midwest, so there's no guarantee that that actually will happen. You never know. We could still be having 80 degrees in December. It's happened multiple times before. And lastly, another one I wanted to recommend. I have been to Double Shift Brewery multiple times, but haven't been in a while. And I have a good friend. Shout out to Jamie Breeze. He is in a band, got lots of great people in said band, but the band is called Friendly Thieves. You should definitely check them out if you have not heard of them. But they recently played at First Fridays down in the Crossroads at Double Shift because they had also done a beer collaboration with them. It's really cool. So they got to design the beer label. It's called Liquid Grit. It's definitely a fall style beer, and it's inspired by an old-fashioned ale. So there's notes of an old-fashioned ale, but then also an old-fashioned cocktail as well. So both of them. So you've got a little bit of that heavier beer style that you drink in the fall. It's got notes of orange and cherry, slight bourbon hint. It was very good. I'm very proud of them. So definitely go take a check that out because it is a seasonal release, very limited, so there won't be a whole lot of it. I also tried out their wit style beer. Very impressive as well. So check out Double Shift next time you are in the Crossroads. All right, let's start to wrap this up by how can you continue to support us? First of all, you've been doing a great job so far. I appreciate you. You've listened to this episode. You've made it this far. You continue to just listen to me talk. That's support, guys, and I appreciate that. But obviously, streaming the episodes, even if it's not your cup of tea, stream the episodes. That would greatly appreciate. Or if you happen to know somebody that's going to love that episode more than you are, send it to them. That helps us so much. Either sharing the link on your stories, on your social media somehow, texting it to people, emailing, however you want to do it. Sharing it that way tells whatever streaming platform you're listening on that it's content that you liked so much that you want to recommend it to somebody. So then they start recommending our episodes and our show in their feed and other people's feed that haven't necessarily seen our podcast before, but maybe are looking for Kansas City content or they're going to travel to Kansas City. That helps a lot. So streaming the episode, sharing it with your friends, following us on social. Obviously, if you're not a big social media person, that's fine. You don't have to. You don't have to go interact. We appreciate if you do. But even just the like and follow, that does a lot. Now, if you do like social media, like those posts, share those posts, comment on the posts, interact with them. All of that helps us. All of those things together, technology and algorithms and all of that jazz that we don't necessarily need to get into, but they will start pushing our episodes and our shows out to people who haven't seen it yet. It all is in the same realm to help us grow. So that's how you can support us, obviously. And on that note, thank you again, guys. I appreciate this. This is something I really enjoy doing, and I'm going to keep doing it because you are telling me that you also enjoy it. So I appreciate all of you. Welcome back to season 2, guys. And on that note, I'm going to see you later, Casey, and go stream the next episode. Bye.